I want to thank Senator Haggerty for getting all of us together, and also want to encourage everyone who hasn't read his op-ed to do so. It clearly lays out what President Biden's intentions are, and it is not to secure the border. It is to rather further continued migration into this nation, into a space where it is unsustainable. If you look back over his administration, there have been 2.3 million people that have come here. Guys, you need to put that in perspective. So Alabama is the 24th largest state in the nation, and that is about half of our population of 5 million. If you look, that was the last fiscal year alone. If you look at the total compilation to this point in his administration, we're at about 7 million. To what you heard from earlier from my colleagues, we're hitting over 9,000 migrants at our border a day. At the current rate, we will hit 3 million in this next fiscal year alone. That's over 10 million migrants who have come here illegally across our border during President Biden's tenure. Now listen, we've got to put real policies in place that make change. We've got to secure our border. You heard Senator Ernst talk about the unused portions of the border that we have all seen. Listen, President Biden knows that walls work because he's building one around his beach house in Delaware, quite secure, but yet not affording everyday Americans that same respect. We've got to do more. You heard Senator Capito talk about 6 million people being in our interior right now under ICE. We only have 6,000 ICE agents, guys. That's where we need to be investing our money, not in NGOs, where we create a shinier object for the drug cartels to use to lure people here. What's happening is we've created an environment where human traffickers, drug cartels, and terrorists rule the day. Over 844 people died at the border last year, and you all read the story about an 8-year-old drowning. As a mom, that is completely and totally gut-wrenching and unacceptable. I have talked to women who have not just told me that they were raped, but they've told me how many times a day they were raped at the hands of the drug cartels. You look at the drug cartels and what they've done with fentanyl in every community around this great nation. Last year alone in Alabama, we had to use Narcan 15 times the first 2 months of our school year because of overdoses on campus. There is a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a cousin that is sitting around a dining room table tonight that is missing somebody because President Biden will not do his job. And then you look at terrorists. The numbers here don't lie, guys. Look at the last administration. The last administration and that total time span of those 4 years. Do you know how many people we found on the wanted terrorist watch list at the border? 8. Do you know how many people on the terrorist watch list that we have caught at the border in the last fiscal year alone? And we're not finished yet. 244. Because of President Biden's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, he has created a hotbed of terrorism, and now the American people are paying the price. We must do something, and I commend my colleagues for standing here once again, and we just hope our other colleagues on the other side of the aisle will wake up, join forces, and do something for the American people. Our children are counting on it. Senator.